Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So, just recently, everybody has been blowing up on the internet talking about this Netflix special that Chris Rock has just recently dropped. And a lot of people, there's mixed reactions. I'll put it that way. So, some people really liked it. They agreed with it. Some people said that he was trifling for it. Let's get into it. Okay, so some people, like I said, I feel like either they really like Chris Rock or they don't like him at all. And I feel like there's a mixture of reasons, right? So let's take this all the way back to the slap, right? The slap happened as a result of him making a comment towards Jada Pinkett Smith about her hair. He made a G.I. Jane joke, saying that she was G.I. Jane because, she had her head shaved, et cetera, et cetera. And we all know that, her hair, or she was having issues with her hair because of her alopecia. Now, whenever I first heard the joke, I didn't think, I'm going to be honest, that it was that bad, to be completely honest. Like, I feel like he could have said worse. Not that he should have said that. Not that I'm saying he should have said that at all, but I don't feel like it was that bad or necessarily that he meant it that insultingly. I could be wrong, though. I could be very wrong. Now, there were some people who took it offensively because they have alopecia, and they were like, if he would have said that about me, we would have had to fight, and then there were some people who said they had alopecia who thought it was funny. So that's why I'm just like, now listen, y'all, there are mixed responses from this, okay? So you can't just say that like, oh, everybody hated it, because there were some people who it applied to, let's just be honest, who absolutely liked it and thought it was hilarious. But she didn't think it was hilarious, and that's understandable. You have the right to not think something is funny or that it shouldn't be joked about. Like, I've said this before 1,000 times concerning these situations. There are some things that should not be joked about. And if you don't find a joke funny, that's fine. That's okay. And I don't think people should, bash you for not finding something funny. You know what I'm saying? Just like they found it funny, but there's a right and a wrong way to conduct yourself, okay? I think I made a video, I want to say, whenever it first happened, that I did not agree with Will Smith slapping him on stage in front of the entire world, okay? I don't care what anybody says, that was disrespectful, and it was very weak of him. Yes, I said it. Because if anybody triggers you that much in your emotions and causes you to act out like that publicly, you have a problem. And a lot of that wasn't just, Chris Rock. It was his wife. And a lot of people, I kind of got disgusted with some of the responses of people on the internet, because I feel like a lot of black women especially, and I mean this when I say this, felt like he was defending all black women when he slapped Chris Rock for Jada Pinkett Smith. And I just feel like it was obnoxious to see them saying that. And I know why they're saying that. Like, they're so desperate to see a black man publicly humiliate somebody or get back at somebody for what they've said or done to black women, or, to defend black women, or even make an example out of somebody who's done or said something that they should not have, to black women, that they'll just take anything as it goes. And in my mind, I'm like, that was not him defending black women. That wasn't even him defending his wife. That was him defending his pride. Okay. He felt like, oh, well, now I got to get up and do something about this, or she's gonna, like all the jokes that they were saying, oh, I guess would have defended me. You know what I'm saying? That was him defending his pride and his ego. Okay. Like that did not represent nothing but himself. And quite honestly, like, I get, like I said, it's also very obnoxious how people make passes for Jada Pinkett. Like, they really make passes for her, but these same people would drag women, different women, for doing the degenerate stuff that she has done. Do we really want to go back down memory lane? The woman slept with a young man that was young enough to be her son. Wasn't he friends with her son? And this was in the middle of him allegedly struggling with, trying to get free from drugs, from being addicted to drugs. And she was supposed to be allegedly helping him. Who does that? Like, that's just disgusting. But anyways, she has caused a lot of problems. I'll put it that way. And I feel like she has constantly done stuff and said stuff to publicly embarrass him and humiliate him. And I feel like that moment was like the height. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like she was like, oh, well, you need to, start defending me from now on. Like I said, there's a right and a wrong way to do everything. And the way he handled that situation was just completely wrong. You do not have to put your hands on somebody because of something that they said. I get it. Some words are fighting words. Like, you talking about somebody's mama. But What was stopping Will Smith from saying, hey, I got something for you? And then, him saying like, hey, meet me. You know what? That's fine. Meet me at the back when this is over with. And he didn't even have to say that. He could have been like, oh, okay, I got you. And then when they went on commercial break, he could have caught him and been like, you gonna meet me outside. That's what you gonna do. Okay, you gonna meet me outside. Like, I'm not about to embarrass both of us and make us both look goofy. You gonna meet me outside by the car, and we gonna have to have a smackdown. You know what I'm saying? He did not have to publicly assault that man, and Chris Rock could have had him arrested, and he got off really, really light. Like, I don't think y'all realize how light he got off of that. Not only did he not get arrested, he did not get escorted, from the award show. And that's what a lot of people were mad about. They were saying if this had been anybody else, they would have escorted him off the premises. And they should have escorted him off. They should have said, oh no, Mr. Smith, come on. We gotta escort you out now. But they probably were all afraid of him after what he did. Like, I felt so bad. Like, I said this the last time I made a video about this. I felt so bad for Lupita because she was sitting there. Like, did y'all see how wide her eyes got after she was sitting there and he had came back down and sat, like, not too close, from her? And she was sitting there probably scared. I felt so bad for Lupita. Like, that's not okay. That right there made me really mad because I'm like, they definitely should have escorted him out because he made other people uncomfortable, and that's not okay. But like I said, not only did charges not get pressed against him, he didn't get escorted out of the award show, but he also got praised for what he did. And then he got awarded. And maybe they didn't escort him out because he was on track to get an award, but still, some kind of, consequences, repercussions should have happened. So he got off very, very light. And like I said, people even congratulated him and, pat him on the back and supported him for his actions. And it really shows the state of a lot of people's thinking in this world. Like I said, there's a right and a wrong way to do everything. And just because, like, if he wouldn't have slapped somebody, that wouldn't have made him any less of a man. It wouldn't have made him a weak man. As a matter of fact, it would have made him a strong man because he didn't let his emotions overrule him. But unfortunately, since he's with his wife, that's what he's been doing. She brings out the worst in him. She causes him to be ruled by his emotions. Not that I'm saying that, he's completely absolved because he could have chose to do better, but he didn't, which is why I don't feel sorry for Will Smith. He chose to stay in a relationship with that woman, knowing that woman brings out the worst in him and does not respect him. Now, how many men do you really think is going to put up with that these days? She's really lucky if you ask me, because I don't know a whole lot of men, especially black men, that's about to put up with you cheating on him, publicly humiliating him every chance you get, talking about your ex who's been deceased for years. Okay, how you wish that you could have been with him and all this kind of other stuff. That's embarrassing and a slap in the face to her husband. But like I said, and I'm not the only person who feels this way, he low-key kind of enables that behavior. The moment he decides he wants to walk away and be done, he could walk away, but he stays with her. So what am I supposed to feel? That's irresponsible and quite frankly stupid. Like, there are people out there in the world who literally can't leave their spouses. Like, because they're being threatened, because they're saying, if I leave my spouse, I don't have the money to take care of my kids, so I gotta stay so that we'll have the dual income. Or like I said, they're threatened, or if they go to court, they will be destroyed financially and they won't be able to recover. So there are people out there who literally cannot leave their spouse. Like, they are stuck with them. But this dude, this ninja, he could walk away at any moment and he will be fine. But he chooses to stay with somebody who embarrasses him and, like I said, brings out the worst in him. So I don't feel sorry for him at all. Now, I don't exactly feel sorry for, for Chris Rock either. Now, like I said, I don't agree with him being slapped. And if he wanted to press charges, then he should have done that. And I did feel bad when he was talking about how he was bullied when he was, younger. Which, of course, nobody deserves. Like, you can say what you want to about what he said in the past. Nobody deserves that. And nobody deserves to be bullied as an adult either, because that was a pretty, bully-ish move for him to, like, go over there and slap him. Because had that been Jason Momoa or something like that, or somebody like that, he wouldn't have done that. I know he wouldn't have. So he took advantage of the situation. Like I said, that was a very weak type thing to do. But I don't feel too sorry for Chris Rock either, because you know why? I've said this countless times. We need to be careful what we joke about and how we joke about certain things, because some things to some people are not funny. Yes, some people thought that the joke was funny, but the woman is suffering allegedly from alopecia. And a lot of women were like, hey, don't be joking about hair loss and stuff like that. And you know that is a trigger point for a lot of women, especially a lot of black women. And unfortunately, a lot of black women are usually on edge with some of these comedians because they're already, using us as fodder for their jokes. Unfortunately, like I said, a lot of black women were on edge. And then when he said that and then he got smacked, they went off. I hate to say it. And again, I'm going to say this again. I don't agree still, even with that, Will slapping him over that. This is the award show. It was his job. Let's just say a counter argument, a counter rebuttal, if you will. It was his job to go up there and crack jokes, okay? Now, if they didn't want that, to happen, then they shouldn't have went there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to play the advocate for the other side, that feels the other way. One could say that their relationship is a joke. The way that they carry themselves, they make themselves out of a walking joke. So why be upset when he makes a joke? You know what I'm saying? Because he could have brought up, like I said, the, August Alsina issue, but he didn't, So he took, more of a tame route. But again, like this was the award show. He's going to make jokes. People might not like him. There's a way to conduct yourselves if you don't. If they were too unhinged to properly conduct themselves, they shouldn't have showed up over there. Because that's how the award show works. Yeah, they know this. We know this. But anyways, a lot of people were mad at him because, some people were mad because, he said a lot during this special, y'all. Like, he got it off his chest. And that's what people were saying. Like, when he didn't slap back, when he didn't hit back, whenever he crossed his arms behind his back and was the epitome of the show must go on, everybody knew. They were like, oh, just wait till his special. You just gave him fodder for the special. And because Will Smith wanted to be weak-minded and weak in his emotions and let some woman that's been disrespecting him, whose behavior he has enabled, to make him do something crazy, he just gave him fodder for all kinds of specials. For the next 10 years, this man is probably going to be talking about that slap and him and their flimsy, ridiculous relationship. Okay, sham of a marriage, if you will, allegedly. This man said that he didn't hit him back, but he was just happy to see him get beat as a slave in the movie that he played in as a slave. I was like, I know he didn't take it there. And a lot of people got mad because he thought that he was making fun of slavery, and they were saying that slavery is not something to be making fun of. That is not funny. You look like you're shucking and jiving for the white man, and we don't appreciate that. But a lot of people found it funny. Now, I don't think he should have joked about that, but I get it that he was joking about, Will Smith getting beat up, that was like his payback, not actually like, the slavery aspect, but because of the controversy that it caused, that's why I'm saying that he shouldn't have joked about that. And just because I don't think it was a good look at all anyways. Now, what I did find funny was when he was talking about, the August Alsina issue, and he did bring that up, and he was talking about how you going to interview, your husband, or how you going to interview the person that you cheated on about the person that you cheated on them with, basically. And I did think that was funny because that was a whole mess. Like, she was trifling for that, y'all. She was trifling for doing that to him, and she was trifling for bringing him on there and him just sitting there going along with it. Because I know that there were some men, even when that first came out, they were talking about ain't no red table. Ain't no fist to be no red table. That table going to be flipped upside down. The legs going to be broken. Okay? Ain't going to be no more red table talk after that. You know what I'm saying? So that was just ridiculous. So I did find that funny. That was hilarious. And they made it a joke by doing what they did. And by putting it out there and having it all sloppy all over the internet for the entire world to know. Which is why I don't give any time of day to the, mind your business. It's not your business. She can do what she wants to. No, she can't. No, she can't. And if that was y'all and y'all's spouse, they wouldn't be saying that. But they made it a joke, like I said, when they put it out there and made themselves look stupid. So why should they be mad at anybody else making a joke out of it? They made a joke out of it first. And also he mentioned, like I said, that he didn't smack anybody else for making jokes, talking about them. People were calling him all kinds of names. Everything except for his government name and a child of God, okay? And he didn't say nothing to those people. He didn't put his hands on them, but he put his hands on Chris Rock, knowing that he was bigger than this dude. That's why I said that it was a very bully-ish type of move, because everybody else was calling him names and dragging him through the mud for sticking with Jada and doing all that stuff and being made to look very embarrassed. But he didn't say nothing to them. Now, he also mentioned, y'all, he claimed that Jada started all of this. And he said that it got started I think it was whenever the Oscars, didn't nominate anybody black. And Jada got on there, was talking about, oh, we're so disappointed in you. And he didn't get nominated. Will Smith didn't get nominated for his movie role that he played in Concussion. And she basically called Chris Rock and said she wanted him to quit the Oscars because they didn't nominate Will Smith, which was kind of ridiculous to ask. Like, I get it. Like, they were mad because at that time, like I said, I think that was the time when nobody black got nominated. But you can't ask somebody to come off their job, because that's still his job at the end of the day, to ask somebody to come off their job, for something like that. Like, that's how he makes his money. Like, are you going to pay his bills? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. And there's a time to, like, stand up. There's a time to be like, okay, I'm walking away now. But I feel like it was unreasonable of her to ask him that and then have a problem with him and, take it personally that he didn't do it. So he was saying that that's where this feud between the two of them really started at, that she started this and that's why they've been kind of going back and forth lately. Either way it goes, they both need to bury the hatchet. All of them needs to bury the hatchet. But like I said, I don't agree with the slap. Some people didn't agree with the joke that he made. Did it warrant a slap? Whether I agree with it or not, I don't think it warranted a slap. And he, like I said, made himself look bad by slapping Chris Rock. Like, and again, he just gave him fodder, for countless stand-ups. You know what I'm saying? And he made himself look bad, especially, again, knowing that all these other people had so much to say. He didn't go up to them and slap them. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, then he jumped on Meghan Markle. I was like, what did Meghan Markle do? Why are you bringing her into it? I thought this was about Will and Jada. But he brought Meghan Markle into it. And he said he felt like the only reason why she was having a problem, the problems they're going through right now, was because she was this, white passing half black girl that wanted to be accepted into the royal family. Now, if you know anything about the history of the royal family, she was cuckoo if that's what she actually did think. And part of me believes that that is what she thought. Like, she thought that she was white passing enough to get accepted by these white royals. Now, the Brits will claim up and down that the white royals are not racist. Listen, y'all not feeding me any wolf cookies, okay? And I'll even go so far as to say, well, maybe they aren't racist, but they definitely didn't want her half black behind up in their royal family, okay? And talking about that baby is white, okay? Them babies that she had, for all anybody's concerned, those babies are white babies, okay? They're not concerned about her white babies. They're concerned about the fact that this half-black girl has now introduced black people into their royal lineage. That's what they're boo-hooing about. But anyways, it's just the fact that he brought her into it. It's just, I don't know why that was funny to me. It is. I'm sorry, it is. I did find that one funny. Maybe I'm wrong for that, but I do feel like that's what she thought, that she was, white passing enough to be able to, get her foot in the door, and that they wasn't going to look at her like the black woman of the palace, even though she's very much not black. But she was very wrong if that's what she thought. And I do think, to some degree, that is what she thought. And if it is what she thought, like I said, her bubble got burst real fast. But anyways, I've said this before, I don't agree with most of what some of these comedians joke about. Like, sometimes I feel like they cross the line entirely too many times. They talk about stuff that they shouldn't. They make stuff, jokes that's not funny or that shouldn't be joked about. But what he said about, like I said, the two of them, I agree with, I agree with. Not with the way he said it, but, the context, the message he was trying to get across. I do agree with it, like everything that I said in this video. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think and how y'all feel down in the comments below respectfully. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all have a blessed day.